Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is heat up the big coffee server. So you flip these little clips open. You can do this either the night before or the morning of. You just want to fill it up maybe at least halfway with really, really hot water. That way it's hot when you put the coffee in, and it'll keep the coffee warm for the whole evening. Alright, so the most important thing is you don't want to plug the brewer in until there's water in it, or you can fry the brewer. So you're going to take this Airpot. There's a little clip in the back. So if you push this button, that'll lift that up. And if you pull the clip, you can pull the whole lid off. So we don't need the lid for now. And then we're going to take the stem out and put that to the side. Then we're going to put this empty Airpot under the brew basket. Make sure it lines up. You open this here. And then we'll just fill this pitcher to the top, pour it in, and you keep doing that. It may take 3 or 4 pitchers worth, and then you're going to keep pouring it until you see water dripping out into the Airpot. Once that happens, then you know that the tank is full and ready to brew. So you just fill it up, pour it in, fill it up, pour it in. Once it starts dripping, stop pouring water, and then once it stops, then you know it's ready. So you can dump the Airpot out so that you have an empty Airpot underneath. So once it's full, then you can plug it in and let it heat up, and it might take about 15 minutes till it's ready to brew, and this green ready to brew light should turn on. Okay, so once the brewer is warm and ready to go, pull the brew basket out. You're going to put a filter in here. You make sure it's nice and flat, and that the edges are all on the outside. You don't want the filter to fold over like that, or the grounds will get in the coffee. So this is how you want it to look. And then on this 12-ounce cup of coffee, you're just going to fill it with grounds all the way to the top. Cup of grounds, put it in the brew basket, make sure you shake it so it's nice and flat, and it'll cover all the grounds. Slide it into the little clips like that. Make sure the Airpot's underneath. So now we have a full tank and it's hot water, so now we have to pour cold water in the top. And basically however much water you pour in is how much you get out. So I've measured it to fill a full Airpot. So what you want to do is fill this container to the number 1 of cold water, dump it in, and then fill it to the number 2 and dump it in. And as soon as you dump that water in, it'll start brewing the hot coffee, and that'll fill the Airpot exactly to the top. So once again, fill it to the 1, dump it, fill it to the 2, dump it. That's the exact amount you need. And then it'll take maybe 5 minutes to brew. Once it's done dripping, take this Airpot, make sure you dump out the hot water from before. Take the Airpot, pour it in. Make sure you close it back up to keep the heat in. Put it back, wait for the brew light to come on, and do everything over again. So probably take, each Airpot will do about 10 cups of coffee, so you might want to do this 4 or 5 times. So when you're all done brewing, just unplug the brewer and don't empty the water, just leave the water in there and keep it upright, don't tip it over.